You cannot hide! Not from me! Not the boy! I failed you, son. Forgive me. Forgive me. I will let you down no longer. Forgive me. Forgive me.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Make me to walk in the path of thy commandments.
Coward! You betrayed your family!
Le fu le cloich gion mi muhucha. Gaboje am prish gabi mi rish. You're too late! You will not get him! It'll work. It must. Be safe, my son.
Dearest David, it was with great joy that I received your last letter. Know that you are missed terribly here in India. If my calculations are correct and the International Postal Service is kind, this letter will keep you company as you make the final leg of your journey to Scotland. I hesitate to say anything for fear you'll think me foolish, even hysterical. Your father made it his life's work to research his family's twisted history. This and his obsession with the occult combined to unravel his poor mind. John loved his family and his family home, but he hated and mistrusted them in equal measure. Son, beware of the Gordons. Blood is not always thicker than water. Your loving mother.
ravings of a madman. I couldn't even bring myself to show this to Mother. A note about a library, a key, and some sort of broken toy. Should I even try to read any real meaning into all of this?
We have arrived, sir.
Welcome, Mr. Gordon. I'm Andrew Harrison.
Mr. Harrison, it's good to finally meet you. From our correspondence, I expected you to be older.
Thank you. I'll lead the way. It's quite dark already. We can continue to talk inside.
He's arrived, my lady.
David, welcome to Skahandu House.
Lady Margaret, how kind of you to welcome me in person at such a late hour. An impressive building. Skahandu, though. Unusual. What is its meaning?
Unusual only if you have not bothered to study Gaelic. It means Black Mirror House. Many generations of the Gordon family have been master of this house. It is a great responsibility. Perhaps the greatest a man could bear.
If I may, I would like to know more about my father's last days.
It is too late in the day for such morbid talk. You do look so very much like John, though. Angus, please show Master David to his room.
Yes, ma'am.
I trust you had a pleasant journey. This place is rather remote, even for Scotland.
It was most pleasing, thank you. I was fortunate enough to stop off in several fascinating places on my way here. How long have you been practicing law?
I came to the bar a few years ago. I'm at Chambers in Edinburgh with lawyers who have served the Gordon family for generations. I'm embarrassed to ask, but it is my job. Have you proof of who you say you are? You are David Gordon, son of the late John Gordon.
Please, I quite understand. Here you are.
What a curious object.
Isn't it? It belonged to my father. He posted it to me shortly before his death. I'm not at all sure what it is.
Perhaps it's something else returning home where it belongs, like its new owner. Have a good night, Master David. I shall continue my studies.
Please follow me, Master David. Your grandfather, his lordship Edward Gordon.
Somebody still cares. Maybe you weren't as bad as Mother believed. Grandfather Edward. Father never spoke of you, but Mother never had a kind word to say. You were the worst of the lot, she said. There is no denying it. We are family.
This way, sir.
Magnificent.
That is the Master's study, sir, but there'll be plenty of time to examine it in the light tomorrow.
I suppose it's hard to keep things dry, what with all the rain you get here.
Most amusing, Master David. We do our best, sir. None of us are as young as we used to be. It does that sometimes, sir. Lady Gordon expects you for breakfast at 8, sir.
Thank you. Lady Gordon called you Angus? Pleased to meet you, Angus.
Yes, sir. She did. I am Mr. McKinnon.
Mr. McKinnon. Yes.
I'd advise you not to leave the room tonight. Ticking clocks are not the worst thing you may encounter in the house at night, if you don't know your way around. Sleep well, sir.
Maybe he's more of a morning person. Pieces of some kind of drawing. How odd. The candle is nearly gone, but it should do for a while once lit. The candle is nearly gone, but it should do for a while once lit. Glad I don't have to carry you around anymore. Mr. McKinnon lifted you up with ease. Without some obscure local law that required me being here in person, I would probably never have come. A pigeon amongst the cats.
Sorry to inform you of death of John Gordon. Stop. Please return to Skahundu House. Stop. Andrew Harrison, lawyer. Stop.
I should get a new passport. This one's filling up. Not many matches left. This handsome, cheery, sober man is not the one I remember from my childhood. Ah, just what I need. In an old house like this one, sooner or later no drawer stays empty. I got somewhat turned around following Angus through the house. Sorry, Mr. McKinnon, but I think my room is probably around here somewhere. Hold on. This looks like... Wait a moment. This is a piece of a model. I doubt this place could ever be properly warm. Empty. Hold on. I will put your high praise of Scottish water to the test, Father. Later. More pieces of the same drawing. Maybe I can make out what it shows if I had enough of them. We meet again, old foe. A dumb waiter. Big enough to fit your own weight in food into.
No, this isn't right. There should be a room here.
Did you say something?
It's nothing. Research can be a frustrating business.
Is this what Father meant by a family of snakes? Wouldn't it be more comfortable working here?
That's Lady Gordon's private desk. It would be improper for me to use it.
Despair, by a man called Howard Phillips Lovecraft.
Ghastly shades of bygone gladness, clawing fiends of future sadness, mingle in a cloud of madness, ever on the soul to lie. Thus the living, lone and sobbing, in the throes of anguish throbbing, with the loathsome furies robbing night and noon of peace and rest. But beyond the groans and grating of abhorrent life is waiting sweet oblivion, culminating all the years of fruitless quest.
The words of a troubled soul. The Castle of Otranto by Horace Walpole. I started reading this, though never got round to finishing it.
The gentle maid whose hapless tale these melancholy pages speak, say, gracious lady, shall she fail to draw the tear adown from thy cheek?
Ghosts, legends, ancient history.
Gonna be resting my eyes for a bit, still watching play the way you would play.
Selected poems by Edgar Allan Poe.
Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow. You are not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet, if hope has flown away, in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream.
A dream within a dream.
If you don't mind, I have a system and don't want to mix things up. Lady Gordon is very keen on confidentiality.
Of course. Hiding something, are we? That looks daunting.
Daunting, but rewarding and fascinating.
Fascinating?
Yes, indeed. The history of the Gordon family goes back a long way.
So it's true we are one of the oldest families in Scotland?
Oh, much more than that. The Gordons have owned this land back into antiquity, before records were even kept. Add to that some unique and unusual local laws, well, it can be a challenge, but a welcome one.
Did you know my father?
I was called to the house shortly after your father arrived.
Why did that need a lawyer?
Those complex local laws I spoke of were to blame. Your father left when Edward died, so none of the required legal formalities to transfer the house were observed.
Does that mean...
Not at all. There will be no issue with transferring the estate to your name, if that is what you wish.
Have you had a chance to examine my papers?
I have, and am delighted to say that everything is in order. I would not be doing my job if I didn't warn you that with Edward dead and your father absent, the family fortune has somewhat diminished over the years. However, the real treasure is the castle and the grounds themselves. I haven't spent as much time as I'd like here, but it is a unique place.
I noticed that the door to the master's study is locked. Might I get a key for it?
Of course. I will see to it that you are supplied with one, if there is one available. No door should be locked to the soon-to-be owner, after all. Well, it's been a long day. I bid you good night.
I'll get myself something to read and then head to bed too. Good night. Exquisite craftsmanship. I doubt our family could afford a marvel such as this nowadays. I can see the family resemblance. This one died very young. And this one. None of them seem to have made it past middle age. I didn't see you there. You gave me quite a fright. You are?
I'm the one who keeps the house from being covered in weeds. Name's Rory.
Pleased to meet you. I'm David Gordon.
Aye. I kenned you were coming today.
Why are you sitting in the dark?
There's enough light for me, laddie.
Oh, your eyes. I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
I see more than most do, son.
How long have you worked for the Gordons?
Always been a gardener, and I do some fishing. The loch's a bonny place. Calms the nerves.
Did you know my father?
I did, aye. Shameful what they did to him.
What do you mean? Who is they? I'll leave you to your supper then.
Being a Gordon can be a curse, laddie. Your father kenned the hard way. Mind you dinna follow in his footsteps.
Blood. Not human, I presume. Better safe than sorry. Rory just disappeared into the darkness. The cellar can wait till tomorrow. This might come in handy. Must be hard to keep this place clean. An earring? I doubt it was buried in the ashes on purpose. Someone must have lost it. The cold doesn't seem to affect the residents of this house. All the fires are fighting a losing battle against the draft. Contrary to everything I've learned so far about Grandfather Edward, Lady Margaret still worships him. Just how old is the Gordon clan? For all I know, it could stretch back to Roman times or even further. Oh, locked. I used to regale my Indian school friends with tales of knights in shining armor. Somewhere out there they found Father. Or rather what was left of him. What a cruel way to take your own life. On the morrow, I will explore the grounds, as soon as the sun is up. It's too dark outside to speculate about the size of the estate. Lady Margaret and Edward. How young they look. But who are the others? You really know very little about your own family, David. A peculiar place to spend the night. I best not wake her.
How dare you? No, I will never. It's not true. It's all lie.
An impressive collection. Grandmother's obviously a music lover. I'll give that a spin later. I'll give that a spin later.
Keep it up, emoji fire, you cool, emoji dizzy, want be best friends, emoji smiling face with open mouth and tightly closed eyes, I hope you get 1 million, emoji blowing kiss, I love your work, emoji okay, respect, emoji sign of the horns, wanna play with me, emoji starstruck, I will see you famous. The hell? I don't know, it's not there. Fucking trolls.
Shame. Attics often speak volumes about the owners of a house. Barging into someone's bedroom in the middle of the night is not how to earn their trust. The lock is too heavy, too old for this to work. This might take a while. I need to be steady and try to... Oh, well, there you go.
Dear Lady Gordon, I write to you with the utmost urgency. I'm seeking information about my patient, your son, John Gordon. During our conversations, he makes allusions to his relationship with his father, but will not expand when pressed. You have failed to respond to my previous request, so I'm writing again to insist in the strongest terms possible that you furnish me with the required answers. Your son's recovery depends on it. Yours faithfully, Dr. Leah Faber, Bethlehem Hospital, London.
What secrets about my father is Lady Margaret concealing? Oh, locked. Let's see what Father didn't even want his own family to find. Now what are you for? Here we go. This side is done as far as I can tell. But there must be more. What an intricate piece of furniture. That sounded like some part of the desk moved. Yes, that's too open. Ah, we're getting somewhere. A key and a note from Father. Someone is tampering with my work. I know it. I know it. I hear them as they whisper and snicker. They sneak in when I sleep. This place isn't safe. I have locked my work away in the study. I am leaving now. I will put an end to this terrible torment one way or another. David, if you find this, then I am dead. The forces abroad here have got to me. I am sorry you have been drawn into this tragedy. The answers you seek are amongst the papers in the Master's study. Use them. Stay safe. I love you, son. My God, what happened here? What did they do to my father? Is this the key Father spoke of? I've never seen a key like this before. It feels like Father wanted me to keep it a secret. Oh, hi there. You startled me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
Hey, wait! Where did he go? The lock is too heavy, too old for this to work. It doesn't fit. Open sesame. Someone's been searching here. Either they didn't have time to clean up, or simply did not care. If Father hid the key for me to find, then this means nobody has been able to enter this room since his death. Myths and Legends of the Highlands. From the library, I'd wager. Everything but the seal. Just bits and bobs. Some sort of secret compartment. Father's handwriting. The chapel. The family chronicles. I may find answers there. Looks like a note about the cipher in the shelf.
A local girl goes missing. Concerns have been raised at the disappearance of Cora McKay, a 17-year-old local girl. According to the police, she was last seen leaving her place of work, the Three Kegs Inn, 2 days ago. She is the third person to disappear in the recent months, but the circumstances of each have been markedly different. Cora is described as being 4'10", with grey eyes and long dark hair. Anyone with information is urged to contact the constabulary.
Why all the fuss? She is nothing but a peasant, a tavern girl. If you can't keep your blabbermouth shut, don't be surprised if others make sure you get what's coming to you.
This sounds as if Grandfather Edward was willing to take drastic measures to enforce his will. What a mess. Letters about the day-to-day running of the estate. These might be useful if I decide to live here. The handwriting must be Edward's. Pay half what he asks. Forward to lawyers. Charming. And this one. Your money won't protect you forever. The hangman will catch up eventually. A curse on you and your family. Seems he was as popular as he was pleasant.
The signs are there. Deny them at your peril. The ancient evil that inhabits this land has seeped into the very stone of the castle walls, and if you do not tread carefully, it will infect your family.
Contact the constable. Have this witch locked up so she does not bother us again.
I beg you to reconsider, Sir Edward. My family has lived on this land for many generations, and to be told we must leave our own home is too much to bear. Alice, my wife, whom you have met, is beside herself with grief, We have nowhere else to go. I beg you to look inside your heart and allow us to remain.
Have them out by the end of the month.
This looks interesting. Screwed down tight. Someone didn't want it moved. This castle certainly has its secrets. It looks very precise, accurate. A lot of work went into this. There's a bit missing. Hold on. There.
Stop your whining! Stop your whining!
Wait! The boy! Did you see him? Where did he go?
What did I tell you about disturbing me in my study?
Are you all right? right, sir.
What happened?
Hugh.
What happened, David?
The boy. There was blood, and he pushed him down.
Who? Who do you think you saw?
Him.
What did you just say, sir?
It's all right.
You're like your father. You can see them too, can't you?
I've been babbling in my sleep since I was a child. It's nothing to worry about. Poor girl is scared out of her wits.
Of course, sir. Sorry, sir.
My father. What did he think he saw?
It ain't my place to say, sir. But I...
Go on.
Begging your pardon, sir. You should go. This place, it drove your father mad.
Drove him? Did he say what or whom he saw?
I'm sure I don't know, sir.
Best not push her too hard. She's scared enough of me already. Sorry, I didn't get your name.
It's Ailsa, sir. Ailsa Crannan. Oh, and Master
Good
Andrew
evening,
asks if
get
you will
it?
join him in the library. After breakfast, of course.
Thank you, Miss Crannan. Get a hold of yourself, David. Were these
Yeah, hey Peanut.
what drove my father
Jigga
from
is
the
Alex
castle when he
too.
was young? Were they what drew him back? He must have found something in the family chronicles he spoke of. Nobody else saw the boy or the old man who looked like my grandfather Edward. But it felt real, more even than the daydreams that plagued my childhood. I don't remember ever seeing that boy. A faded memory, perhaps? As far as I know, I've never been to this castle before. Elsa knows more than she wants to tell me.
Oh Noyes.
Aye, and once you're done in the kitchen, go and clean up the cellar. The spiders have made a nest down there. A big one, too. They're crawling everywhere. Master David, nice of you to grace us with your presence.
Oh Lord, the Pope puns LOL. Don't forget this is public, so be careful what you say here.
I appreciate your patience.
I've had the staff prepare some of the finest Scottish delicacies for you. Black pudding, haggis, scrambled eggs with deer brain, and bacon. I shot the deer myself, in the local woods.
Mother was never a fan of dishes made from entrails. In this case, she'd be missing out. That was delicious. Thank you.
I'm sure our local specialities must seem peculiar to one raised as you were.
I was raised in India. My spectrum of peculiar has quite a range.
Yes, Master David?
You've worked for the family all your life?
Yes, Master David. Save my time serving in Swaziland.
You served in South Africa?
Oh, indeed, sir. During the Boer War. But Sir Edward intervened and I was able to return unharmed from that most futile conflict.
May I ask, the maid, she seems nervous, almost afraid of me.
She's afraid of everything.
You don't think much of her?
I do not, sir. And, if I may be so bold, one of Lady Gordon's earrings has gone missing.
You suspect the maid?
Not my place to say, Master David.
Yet I think you just did say. If I gave him the earring, he'd use it as an excuse to torment the maid. Not that I'd ever gain his trust. He's clearly loyal to Lady Margaret. How many staff are there?
Nowadays, only myself, the maid, and Rory the gardener. I suppose you could include the lawyer, too, if that is work.
Not many for such a big house.
If you felt like hiring more staff, I would not complain, sir. But, of course, not everyone is suited to work in this house.
Well, good day to you.
Indeed, sir.
Smoking a pipe? I thought that would be beneath her station. Lady Margaret.
David?
May I first apologize for my strange behavior last night? It's just that...
Think nothing of it. You are obviously tired from your travels. Least said, soonest mended.
I don't want to give her another reason to think me mad. This may seem like an unusual question.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't, dear boy.
Have I ever been here before? Is it possible I visited as a child and can no longer remember?
Oh, no. You are a stranger to these walls.
And I have a feeling you prefer it stayed that way. What kind of man was my grandfather?
Oh, he was magnificent. He was handsome, so handsome, and caring.
Caring enough to knock a defenseless child down the stairs.
All was so very different when he was around.
The maid. She seemed to be acting strangely, like she was frightened of me.
Yes, well, she's a simple sort, that one. She has probably heard of the curse of the Gordons the locals like to whisper about.
Curse? What curse?
Just a peasant superstition. I would guess she was worried you'd show the same displays of unpredictable violence as your father did.
I never knew my father to be the violent type.
Oh, there are many things you do not know about your father. This is his doing.
What? But how?
I'd rather not discuss it, David. And that maid should really keep her mouth shut and locate the earring she lost. She's like a magpie with shiny, expensive things.
I could give it to her, and she'd still never tell me anything useful about my father or the secrets of this place. But the maid? I could use this to earn her trust. I shall take my leave, Lady Margaret.
Yes. Oh, and David, the master of the house needs to respect the privacy of those under his roof. Even your father understood that. Sometimes a cabinet is locked for a reason.
A cabinet? I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I don't know anything about it.
I see. Never mind, then.
Damn, I forgot to shut the desk.
David, apologies for not being here to greet you. As the telephone in the castle is not working due to the recent storm, I have had to journey to the village to communicate with my office. Upon my return, I shall show you to the chapel where you can pay your respects to your father. Yours, Andrew Harrison.
Or maybe I'll just head to the chapel myself, just as soon as the weather clears. It's labeled Mallory. Perhaps another client of Mr. Harrison. Miss Crannan? Isn't that used for transporting cooked food? Why is there blood in it?
Ugh, the wee scunner thought it would be funny to put one of his dead beasties in it to fear me. He should keep them in the cellar and... Sorry, sir. I'm speaking out of turn.
Did you ever talk to my father?
I was serving here when he... That is to say,
Go on, please.
I didn't think it'd be proper, sir. Lady Margaret said... Sorry, sir. I must get on with my work.
She's as scared of Margaret as she is of the butler. Poor girl. You said my father saw things.
I don't want to talk about it, sir.
I noticed the attic door is locked.
You'd best ask Angus, sir. I hardly go up there.
The mere mention of the attic terrified her. What is in there? I think you may have lost this.
Oh, sir! Oh, thank you, sir. I only wanted to see how it looked in the mirror. I didn't mean to. I was scared to tell her ladyship. Oh, she can have such a temper.
What are you going to do now?
If I can sneak it into the salon, maybe her ladyship will think she lost it there herself.
From what I know about her, I very much doubt her ladyship will. What happened to my father here?
I'm sorry, sir. You're not like the rest of them here. Oh, sir, there's things you should know, but I really need this job.
She knows something, but how can I convince her to trust me? Would you like me to escort you to the cellar?
Wouldn't be proper to ask the owner of the house to do that, sir.
Well, I'm not the owner yet, and you didn't ask.
Very kind of you, sir.
Happy to help. I'll let you know when I'm ready to accompany you down there. I shall leave you to your work. Elsa knows more about my father than she dares tell me. I'd better earn her trust now. She might return to the village once the weather clears. Shall we? How cruel of Mr. McKinnon to send her down here alone. Let's see what we can find down here. Raw spirit. Not particularly palatable, but good for cleaning. And magic tricks. The water of life. Some of these whiskies are from local distilleries. Looks fresh.
Master Eddie's work. He and Mr. McKinnon put it here earlier. Poor beastie.
Eddie? Another family member I've yet to meet. Ooh, a lot of blood for just one animal. Not the most hygienic workstation. A hunting map. Looks like they've been poaching outside the Gordon estate. How cruel of Mr. Mc... Harsh as it may seem, a proper serving of fire is the only way to get rid of such a widespread infestation.
Step right up!
Sir? What are you... Oh my! Oh, that's amazing! Does that not hurt?
No, a little trick I learned in India.
Sorry, did that scare you, Elsa? I didn't think... Huh.
Technical difficulties. I'll be ending
Edward
this soon.
Mallory. You may call me Edward III.
So this is Cousin Eddie. He seems...
Welcome to my castle.
as terrible as the rest of them. My castle indeed.
Pleased to meet you, Eddie. So, your parents would be my aunt and uncle Clara and Victor. Are they...
Dead. Dead as doornails, the pair of them.
Lovely. You've lived here all your life, so you would have met my father.
Only after he lost what marbles he had left. If it were up to me, I'd have locked him up in the loony bin a bit sooner.
Locked him up?
So what are you doing down here anyway?
There's a line between honesty and rudeness that Cousin Eddie doesn't seem to recognize.
I was helping Miss Crannan.
Oh, why didn't you ask me?
Excuse me, sirs. I really have to go.
Leaving so soon? Was it something I said? They all tend to act like that in the presence of nobility.
You said something about a loony bin?
I did. Oh, you don't know.
Well?
Well, never you mind. I have an animo to prepare.
I'm getting very tired of everyone in this house avoiding my questions.
There's something you should know, sir. Something important. I overheard them talking, and
You're paid to work, not chat. Get to it, girl.
Sorry, Mr. McKinnon. Library, after dinner.
At last, I might get some answers.